Hello peoples, welcome back to World of Warcraft Dungeon Progression Challenge. In today's episode, I will be taking on the dungeon Zul'Farrak. This dungeon is found in Tanaris, and it's a unique dungeon because you can mount up and pull everything very quickly. However, there is one of these trash mobs. Blood Drinker, Shadowcaster, Witch Doctor. I don't know, one of these has an attack called the dismounting shot. It's for specifically only to dismount players, which is really very situational and actually kind of unfair. But, you know, it's to prevent mounting up and running through the whole thing. There it is. Shadow Hunter. I knew it. Anyways, you'll head straight through the dungeon until you come to a fork where you can go either left or right. The usual thing is to go right first. Now I'm not going to kill anything until pretty much the very end. Go right first. There's a whole lot of trash before you even get to the first boss. Right here, take a left, but wait a minute. Yeah, before you go down this corridor, you can just run up this hill a little. Take kind of a shortcut. Sometimes people go up the corridor to the left. Defeat, who is that in there? Theka the Martyr first, and then they come back here and double back towards where Theka was and continue further in. So you head towards this cave, you'll find, where is he? Or maybe he doesn't show up until I actually get close enough. There he is. And to Zul. So when you get close enough, he aggroes and he summons a couple basilisks. Yeah, this is one reason you don't want to pull a lot of mobs, even if you're high level or low level. Eventually, you're going to get a whole bunch that can, like, crowd control, stun, or polymorph. This is one of the real harder dungeons because of that. Alright, take these guys out. Do we have anything to help out with our gear? Nope. Anyways, I haven't said yet what the purpose of the Dungeon Progression Challenge. It is to start out just, naked, pretty much, with a max level character, and clear all dungeons in the game up to the Dragon Soul raid. And you can only get gear upgrades from the dungeons you run. And I guess the main objective would be to see how far you can get using only the upgrade gear you get from the dungeons you run. Now you can, oh yeah, when you run this at level, you can loot these shallow graves, but sometimes a troll zombie will pop out, so be careful of that. Witch Doctor, what's his name? Zul'Farrak? Cloth hands, nope. Witch Doctor aggroes when you get close to him, so it's kind of weird to have a boss as friendly until you approach him. Now we're about half done the dungeon at this point. Next part is the stairs event. So you'll pass through the, I guess you want to call it a graveyard. Clear out the rest of this. This gate is blocked for now, but that's the purpose of the stairs event. You'll clear out everything here, head up the stairs, kill the executioner. Then you can free any one of these captors. Not captor. The executioner was a captor, or the Faraki. Free the capturees? Prisoners. Yeah. Sergeant Bly and friends.
Can I help you?
And so some scripted event will happen where they walk up to the stairs and you have to fight off the trolls who are trying to kill them. Now once or twice I have seen like level appropriate groups run down and try to pull everything. Sometimes it works, but it's really kind of touch and go and pretty sketchy. So if you want to do it, it's probably safer not to go nuts. Now one of them went up past me, but it probably shouldn't be much problem. Now after I kill enough, another 2 waves should spawn along with the boss. There it is. Shadow Priest says Ziz. And Necrom Gut Chewer. That sounds familiar. Like he's in sounds like he's in another dungeon, or maybe I've just run this place so much that his name has become engraved onto my brain. Leather pants. You know, I could check Dungeon Journal for any gear I could use. Protection Warrior? Nope, I am Fury. Staff. I don't want to use a staff, but it does do more damage. Man, the weird stuff. Alright. When you defeat the bosses, talk to Sergeant Bly. Tell him you're going to take him out. Take him and his friends out. And then, what's this? The goblin here. Wheel Blast Fuse. We'll head up to the gate that was shut down earlier, and he will blast it open for you in typical goblin fashion with explosives. Then he often runs away in search of, I don't know, profit, suckers, or whatever goblins do. And up here is technically a last boss, because you kill, what is his name? Ruzlu. And Chief Ukor's Sand Scalp for the achievements, so I guess that's what you want to call the end of the dungeon. Big Bad Pauldrons. Thank you. I don't know. I guess they're pretty bad. I mean, bad for a level 100 character. Or bad as in they got spikes. Right, so yeah, they should kind of do something with this, because once you kill that boss, and when you're level, what is it, the mobs? When you're around level 47, you run this dungeon in the Dungeon Finder, and people leave. You cannot add missing members if people choose to leave to kill the last two bosses. So whoever's left, if you're even able, they run out here, clear the trash to the left and right of where you exit. Then you've got, where is she? Hydromancer Velratha roaming about. She used to drop loot, but now I guess she doesn't, and she's only quest mob. And also, you might want to clear out most or all of this before clicking on the gong to summon Gazrilla. Takes a few moments for Gazrilla to fully emerge and become attackable. And then you can just go nuts. Gazrilla has like a knock-up attack to send you upwards into the sky, and I think there's like a freeze attack. Alright, well that's Zul'Farrak. I'm going to get started on Blackrock Depths. It's probably the biggest vanilla dungeon I know of. Well, the one that's still around. So I'll try and get through as much of it as possible before I have to cut the video short. Alright, be right back. Alright, here we are in Blackrock Depths. Now, I don't have enough time to do the whole thing, but I will do as much as I can with the rest of the video. And I'll start the next bit right here at the dungeon entrance. So, first thing you want to do is head straight to the left. Now, keeping in mind, this is not what you have to do when you run it at level. I'm just going through every single boss if you ever want to do that. So, take a left, go right down this hallway. You can hug a wall to take down the groups there, and keep in mind of the patrols. And their massive aggro radius. Now, one of these mobs here, let me see. The officer, when at low health, he will divine protection himself, rendering himself immune to damage, and then I think he also heals up other allies. First boss, Baelgar, drops some crummy cloth belt that is of no interest to me. Okay, now jumping back to the dungeon entrance. Alright, there's the entrance, and so you want to go straight ahead with the entrance towards your back. Now, the direction you want to go first is to hold, well, not hold the right wall, but skip the first tunnel, because this is where most groups will go in the first half of the Blackrock Depths dungeon thing that's listed in the dungeon finder. They've actually split it up into 2 separate instances, and you will know that you got this part because of where it starts you. If you get the second part, then it'll start you somewhere else. Now, people like to clear these side rooms because usually they aggro, and some mobs are a bit too close to try and sneak by. And yeah, it's easy XP. They are easily dispatched. And this boss here, High Interrogator Gersten, is the one you need to kill for your precious satchel of low-level loot, like kinetic Amos. She still drops prison cell key. That was for an old quest. Okay, back up to the entrance of this place. Now we're gonna go somewhere else. Okay, once you get back out to this main room where you got all the tunnels, always check the map. You want to take the second right. Once again, skip the tunnel to, well, the first tunnel on your right. And you come to this one. There are a few bosses in here, but the main place you want to get to is at the very bottom. There's like a chamber below the main one. The main one that you are kind of encircling right now. Oh yeah, and there's a roaming boss here. Lord Rockor, an elemental. Ooh, he drops shoulders. This, I don't know if it would be any better to me. I don't think so. Critical strike is not always a guaranteed thing, but strength is. It's a flat increase to damage. Okay, here's that little chamber below the main one. And inside you will find a whole lot of bloodhounds with Houndmaster Grebmar. What's he got for me? Nothing. Agility boots. Out of my way. And then, well, if you've chosen to or not to clear these bosses, you can head straight up into the arena. What's it called? Freaking arena, something. You know, I've forgotten the name. I ran this place so many times back in the day. Well, let's head up in and find out. It is called, I'm gonna guess arena something. Something arena. Ring of Law. Nope, I was totally wrong. So, you'll approach the center, and who is this? High Justice Grimstone will pop out. He will summon hordes of bad things to attack you and your party. First one will emerge from this right passage. I think it's random which kind of mobs you get. I think there's either spiders, some ugly insect things, maybe wolves or scorpions. Usually some kind of beast things. And then the main boss will come out through the front door there at the back, opposite of where you entered. Bunch of spiders. And oh yeah, you don't want it to be the squishy clothy to sit right next to the door while the NPC talks. The NPC. What was his name? Grimstone. Only 6 spiders, really? Well, then he shows up again, and he tells you, now you have to fight the boss. Ooh. Also, you can take a different route through this dungeon and come up through this, what's it, staircase here? But all these mobs, the audience, they are currently aggressive, so you will have to fight your way through them unless you clear the Ring of Law first. Because as you'll see, once I defeat the boss, that comes out. Grizzle. Ooh, boot upgrade. Thank you. And a new blacksmithing pattern. It's like a big black rock on a stick. Okay, once you kill the boss, all the mobs in the audience become neutral. They will pretty much do nothing unless you do something first. So, I am going to end the video here, but just a quick thing. Once you clear the arena, you head up the left passage opposite of where the first gate opened. And then you will want to activate this Shadow Forge lock. And you can also access this room by this door, which is just inside the dungeon entrance and taking a left here. Here you see, there's the entrance. Alright then, this has been the Dungeon Progression Challenge, I think episode 12. If you like this video, leave a like, it lets me know what people want to see, and if you want to follow along of this as it develops, or what else I do on my channel, feel free to subscribe. Okay, I'll be joining you next time for the rest of Blackrock Depths, and until then, be swell, stay well, and farewell.